another sports talk with B Watts Entertainment. I'm your host, Bernard Watts. If you're tuning in right now, and if you tune in later on during this broadcast, do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and share the videos with your friends if you don't mind. I appreciate that. Today, we're going to talk about Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes, some key players that must perform at a high level for Colorado to be successful this year in the Big 12. Key players. I'm telling you, there's some players on here that we expect to perform at a high level this year. Yes, we do. Even though they had a good year last year, they still got to perform this year for Colorado to win the Big 12. Yes, they do. First player we're going to start off with is the quarterback position. Shadur Sanders, the quarterback. Last year, Shadur proved to me and some of the people in the world that he's a good quarterback. To me, he showed me he's the best pocket passer in college football. That was last year. And going into this year, I'm sure, I'm sure he's the best pocket passer quarterback in the college football league this year. Last year, he threw over 3,500 yards in passing. He had a total of 30 touchdowns and only 3 interceptions. That is, man, tremendous for a quarterback with those type of numbers. With a team that went 4-8, 4-8 in a whole year, and he was injured on the back end of the season. He missed the last game and half of the next to last game. So really, he just played in about 10 and a half games with 3,500 yards passing, with 30-yard TDs and 3 interceptions. Those are good numbers. Now, if he put up those numbers this year and just a little better, Shedeur Sanders will be in the running for the Heisman Trophy one. He will be. And I'm predicting that Shedeur be in the top three in the NFL draft coming up this year. But he must have a good year this year for him to be in those type of running for those awards and those compliments. But he got to play at a level so high for Colorado to compete and win the Big 12 this year. Man, it's a lot of pressure gonna be on. Only thing that I saw that I didn't like, and I watched all of the games. I watched all the games. Only problem with Shador that I had, he held the ball too long as a quarterback. He was trying to wait for me, from my point of view, from my eyesight, for what I saw. He was trying to wait on the big play. He was trying to wait on. He was looking. Mostly, he comfortable with Travis Hunter, right? So he know what Travis Hunter gonna be because they used to play at Jackson State. They played 2 years at Jackson State, so he's more comfortable with him. But what Shadur got to do is he got to check it down sometimes, and it's okay to check it down. If you're the quarterback and your team is putting a drive together and you trying to score and you trying to win a football game, you got to be able to check it down if your option number one and option number two is not open as a quarterback and passing the ball. He got to be a more vocal leader this year. He got to hold his teammates accountable this year. Shadur just got to be the leader that his team gonna need for them to win the Big 12 this year. I believe he can do it. I believe he gonna do it because this is his last year to perform at a high level in college football. Shadur Sanders is one of the key players that must perform at a high level for Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffalo to be successful in the Big 12 this year. Another thing I'm looking for Shadur to do is in that pocket. When you drop back in the pocket, you take that 3 step, 5 step, or 7 step drop, right? But at times when he did that, he kept running back. And when you're an offensive lineman, you don't know where your quarterback is when you drop back, right? Because he mostly operate out of shotgun. They got a clock going off in their head. They expect their quarterback to get rid of that football in 1 to 2 to 3 seconds. 3 seconds. So when you back more than 5, 7 yards, whatever they play they call, that makes it look like the offensive line is not blocking for you. It does. Because if you're an edge rusher and you're looking at a spot that the quarterback should be at and he's not there, that means he can take another angle. He ain't got to go at this angle right here to get to that 7 step drop. He can just go on up the field. And if he go on up the field, you got a 300-pound offensive tackle can't get out that far to try to block. He is expecting that defensive tackle to come down to get to the quarterback. That's why they call it a pocket. They making a pocket for Shedeur. They want him to stay in that pocket, not back from the pocket, but stay in the pocket and deliver the football. So you got to look at those things too. I know we kept saying about the defensive line. I mean, the offensive line wasn't blocking, but Shedeur got to do a more better job than he did last year, by stepping up in the pocket. From what I saw, as you continue to look at the films, you can see that he kept running back. He kept running back, even though the pressure was on him. But if he step up in that pocket and just check the ball down, Shedeur was going to be all right. He'll have his number would have been way more than he had this year. Like I said, he had 3,500 yard passing, 30 TDs, and 3 interceptions, and then playing but 10 and a half games. So he's my first person that I thought about that I'm expecting to have a better season this season than he did last season. Shedeur will do that, I believe. It's up to Pat Sherman to work with him, put a good offensive plan together. I'm sure both of them going to sit down and see what plays Shedeur is comfortable with. And everybody on that offense got to be on one accord. They just got to be on one accord this year. It got to work like a sewing machine, like a typewriter, like a computer, like everything. Everybody got to be on one accord for this thing to work this year, because you got some new players in here, and it's key that they learn the system, learn the plays, get in that playbook, and do the things they need to do to win games, because that's what we're going to judge about this year. How many games did you win this year? So I'm looking for Shedeur as my number one player on my list to have a better year that he did last year and perform at a high level in order for Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffalo to be successful this year in the Big 12 and also win the Big 12. Now, my second person that must have a good year this year in order for Colorado to win, hey, All American himself, Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter is him. I don't think nobody in college football can doubt Travis Hunter. We don't see what he can do. We know what he's capable of. My only concern about Travis Hunter is, hey, can you stay healthy? Because you're playing both ways and you got a target on your back. Can he stay healthy for all 12 games for the whole season for Colorado this year? And if Travis Hunter is healthy and playing every game this year, I believe he will walk away with the Heisman Trophy winner this year. He will be. If he performed like he did last year and do better, I think when he came back after he got injured, I think he just went in shape because he was out for a long time, right? He had a kidney, he bruised his kidney, and sometimes when you do that, you just don't hear it right away. So if he's healthy, and it looked like he's healthy through the well-off media strength and conditioning programs, look like he's healthy. I expect him to have a good year. He don't settle down. He don't got married. He ain't running the street. Look like after a game, after practice, going home, being a family man. That at a young age, it's superb to me. And he focused on one thing about getting better and getting to the NFL. And I believe Travis Hunter will come through for Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffalo and the fans that we looking for him to be the type of player that we expect him to be. So only thing he need to work on, obviously, he still need to work on his defense too a little better. So I don't know if will Coach Prime cut back on the offensive plays, or will he cut back on the defensive plays, or will he just let him be him, just play every snap again or break every now and then? What y'all think Coach Prime need to do? If you're tuning in right now, what you think Coach Prime needs to do with Travis Hunter? Are you expecting Travis Hunter to have a big year also this year? I am. If you're tuning in, if you don't mind, hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. So I'm looking for Travis Hunter to have a big year this year. He must have a big year this year. Shador Sanders and Travis Hunter are the two players so far that I have talked about must have an impact on the game on the offensive side and defensive side for Travis Hunter for Colorado to have a good year this year. Well, he got to perform. They got to perform at a high level. They Batman and Robin. They Shaq and Kobe. Yeah, excuse me. They Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. They must come together and work together cohesive as one, just like they did at Jackson State. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you don't mind. I appreciate it. Yeah. Now the third person on my list that must perform at a high level and that are a key for Colorado to succeed this year, the big fella himself. I hate to put this pressure on a freshman, but Jordan C is very important for Colorado to win this year. He must anchor this offensive line because this offensive line must come together and perform at a unit better than they did last year. And Jordan C is the key. He's the key. If you go look at his film, you look at his footwork, you look at his hands, this dude is way, I'm telling you, he way far ahead than I thought he would be. I didn't know he was this talented. To be this big, 6'6", 300 pounds, and can move around from side to side like that. Oh man, this dude, hey man, hey, he all that, y'all. I'm telling you, he's all that. He everything he advertised to be. Now we got to see how he gonna perform when them pads come on and play against somebody who really just as good as he is on the other side of the ball. We got to see. We haven't seen him play at the college level, but he dominated the high school level. If you look at the videos, man, he was pancake guys. You heard Coach Prime in the well-off meeting. He said when Big Joy C come in and try to block it, he ain't trying to pancake. He trying to make you out of sprinkler, a pop-up sprinkler, plant you in the ground. That tickled me, man. I like it, that man. Hey, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel while you're in your mind. I'm serious. So we looking for the big fella, man. We looking for the big fella to have an outstanding year for them to be successful this year. That's Shador Sanders, the quarterback, Travis Hunter, the two-way player, and Jordan C to be at their top game every Saturday, every week for Colorado to be successful in the Big 12 this year. That's three. I got seven more. I can give you my top 10 players that got to perform at a high level this year for order for Colorado to be successful this year. That's my third player. All right. Now the next player is very key, y'all. It's very key. It's a must that we have a running game, right? We didn't have that last year. Colorado and Coach Prime somehow just couldn't get this running game going last year. Now this next person, even though he was redshirted last year, Alvin McAllister. Now if you go back and look at the film work when he was at Houston, man, this dude was a beast, man. If we can get this type of running back this year, if Coach Prime can get him back the way he was at Houston, if you go look at the film, this dude, man, I'm telling you, he was 1,000-yard rusher. He remind you of Adrian Peterson and Eric Dickinson. My point of view, of way he runs. This dude will run over folk. He got the speed. He run high. He got the power, but he had an injury. It's hard for people to come back from an ACL injury. So he took last year off. Look like he's been working on it, and you see him in the well-off meeting, the way he's been training. Coach Mo looked like he got him right. But we really won't know until you be hit by your opposition with them shoulder pads on. That's the only way you're gonna be able to tell if he's back. If he can take the pounding and the hits in a 12-game season in college football in the Big 12, that would be a plus for Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffalo this year. It would be. That would be tremendous lift if he can come out and perform at a high level because Colorado got to have a good running game this year and it going to depend on Coach Pat Sherman and Coach Prime to for a good running back to have a good year. They at least got to touch that ball, run that football 15 to 18 touches a game. I would say 20, but it's kind of hard for me to see Coach Prime gonna let a running back run 20 times when Shadua back there, which is his son, and which is he trying to get Shadua that Heisman Trophy win. I ain't crazy now. I'm not crazy. I ain't gonna put it out there for. I really want to say this dude need 20 to 25 touches, but I know Coach Prime ain't gonna do that. So I'm saying in order for them to win, they got to have a running back to come through, and I think it's going to be Alvin McCaskill. He's going to be one of the key players that got to come through for Colorado to be successful this year, and I think he can if given the opportunity. They got to know what plays to call, when to call the plays, and dial it up, and trust that offensive line that they will fire off on that ball and block better than they did last year because they got a new offensive line this year. There's some players on the offensive line that should be on this list, but I didn't want to put everybody on the list. So I'm just going to name you my top 10 players, key players for Colorado and Coach Prime to win the Big 12. So the running back room, yeah, Al McCaskill got to step up. He got to be the guy. They promote him to be the guy. They expect Coach Prime expecting him to be the guy in his spring practice and coming out of spring practice. We expect him to be that guy, the bell cow. Yeah, every team should have a bell cow because every team, I know at least 4 to 5 teams that Colorado play this year, each one of them teams got a bell cow running back. They had it last year. Each one of them ran over 1,000 yards last year. So Colorado got to match that, especially in the fourth quarter when you got a 2 touchdown, 17 to 20 point lead. You need a bell cow to run that football. Your offensive line got to get in there and be them dogs, them hogs that they really are. Coach Prime got to trust them. Hand that ball off to that running back. If Al McCaskill get tired or you trying to uh, pervert to save his legs and his energy, hey, put Dylan Epps back there. Wilkerson, yeah, Savion Wilkerson. Savion Wilkerson was a 1,000 yard rusher 2 years ago at Jackson State with Coach Brown. He's a banger. He's a bank. He's a load to bring down. He is. So I don't know why he didn't get the chance last year. I'm not inside the locker room. I don't know why he didn't get the chance that he had at Jackson State. But hey, Dylan Edwards came on. They wanted Dylan Edwards out there because I guess he was good with catching the ball out the backfield. Dylan Edwards was that. I give him that. But if they keep Dylan Edwards back there, I think that he use him more as a sweep, reverse, or in the slot position on the passing game. Don't let him run between the tires. They get him hurt. He's too small. Even though he don't picked up a little weight, even though he been working out good, even though he's running track, but like he don't got faster. He is probably the fastest person on the team. My that's my opinion. I believe he is, but they just need a bell cow every weekend that they know gonna be there for him and trust that he gonna get the job done, and that's Alvin McCaskill. Tell me if you tuning in right now, if you tune in later, who you think the running back should be coming out of spring practice for Colorado this year? Who you think? You think it should be Al McCaskill? You think it should be Dylan Edwards? Or do you think it should be Savion Wickers? Or the freshman, Michael? Who you think that should be the starting running back coming out of spring practice this year? It's going to be a key. It's going to be very key for Colorado to win this year. So those are my top 4 right now. I got 6 more to go. Thank you for tuning in. And if you don't mind, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. If you don't mind, we got Shador Simon, the quarterback. We got Travis Hunter. Yeah, we got Travis Hunter. Also, uh, Jordan C., the offensive line, the freshman, coming in. And now Alvin McCaskill. Those 4 so far on my list got to perform at a high level for them to perform this year. In my opinion. Now, the 5th person. Let's go to the defensive side of the ball. This person must have an outstanding season this year for Colorado to compete and win the Big 12. The fifth person on my list is BJ Green, the transfer from Arizona State. Now, I was real high. I was real high here on BJ Green when they signed him from Arizona State, right? Man, I started looking at some film tapes. He pop off as a rusher now. Yeah, yeah, at times did. And look like he's real good against the run if the ball comes his way. Now, if you see, you look at, he got a couple films out there on him. When that ball don't come his way, man, like he lazy, man. Look like he didn't put no effort in running after the football running back. It did, it look, man, if you look at the films that I saw, it looked like he cared less that dude ran by him. I said, ooh. But I'm looking for the defense coordinator, Robert Leviston, and Warren Sapp, supposed to be reporting this month, along with the other coach, uh, Damian Lewis. They gonna get that out of BJ Green. He got to have a motor, man. I thought he had a motor on every play, but the person I started to put on this list in front of BJ Green was Samuel Olaka. Yeah, Sam Olaka, the transfer from Pitt, tape don't lie, y'all, on him. Now, his tape of him performing, oh, they jump off the screen. They jump off the screen. He's a good pass rusher. He is. He all that. So Shador Samuel, Travis Hunter, Jordan C., Alvin McCaskill, and BJ Green must perform at a high level this year for Colorado to be successful this year in the Big 12. They are the first five players on my list that should, and I'm expecting them to perform level well for Colorado to win this year. And spring practice start on the 14th. That's next Friday. They put the pads on. We're gonna see, I'm sure, Bucket, Deion Sanders Jr. from Well Off Media gonna be videoing and putting clips out there to show us what's going on out there when they put them pads on. So we're looking for them five right there to have a good, successful spring practice and have a good year coming up. Now, let me talk about my bottom five that should and would, and we looking for to have a uh, good spring and key players for Colorado to win the Big 12. I'm gonna give you my bottom five now. I don't give you my top five, the bottom five. All right, the transfer wide receiver that's coming in. Will Shepherd. Will Shepherd must have a good year this year for Colorado to win the Big 12. Oh yeah, he must have. He should be the number one wide receiver that Shador look for. He should end up with 1,000 yard receiver. Yeah, even though Travis Hunter gonna be on the other side, he gonna want the ball. Even though that's Shador favorite target, he know him better and comfortable with Travis Hunter. Will Shepherd must have a good season and must be 1,000 yard receiver this year. Now, Will Shepherd is 6'3", 200 pounds. That's a good size. Good size. Good size. Good size guy for be a wide receiver. He had 20 touchdowns in his whole career. He got 2,100 yards in receiving in his whole career since he been at Vanderbilt. That's pretty good numbers. Last year, this dude was a man. If you look at the film work, if you throw that ball anywhere near him, he gonna catch it. He gonna catch it. He's good like that. The guy is good. He must have an outstanding year for Colorado to win the Big 12. He must do. He must establish himself in the games that he is the person that they must fear on the other side of the ball. Once he get that ball, they must know he can take it to the distance every time he touches. Will Shepherd, he's a key. Now, also, I could have put on this list is a key player. It's going to be at the wide receiving position. No, it ain't Jim Horn Jr. I think the next person gonna take Jimmy Horn Jr. starting spot. Yeah, even though he ain't on my list at wide receiver in that top position, LeJohntay Webster. Yeah, man, let me tell y'all, this dude caught 108 passes last year. 108, 108 passes in 12 games, y'all. 108 passes in 12 games. He played at FAU. He caught 100. Let me say, y'all ain't hearing me. He caught 108 passes this past year. That's a lot of touches for a wide receiver. And he had over 1,200 receiving yards. He had 8 touchdowns. 8 touchdowns. He ain't for 5'11" at 180 pounds. The dude is dynamite, y'all, when he get that ball. Once he get that ball in the hand, man, he gonna do something with it, y'all. And on the kick, he only just didn't play offense. He played on special team. He had 4 touchdowns on kickoff return. He had 3 touchdowns on punt returns. That's a lot of times one person touched the ball. That lets you know he was the focal point of FAU football team. Seemed like they put that ball in the hands of the playmakers. And he was a play. He's a playmaker. He's a playmaker. He should have made my list. But the key for Colorado to win, they got to have a #1 wide receiver. And I think it's Will Shepherd. They went out and targeted him, and he wanted to come. So now he got to produce, and Shedeur got to get the ball to him. I think Shedeur gonna look for him. He gonna look for him, but he got to make the plays for order for Colorado to win this year because Coach Prime already said, his slogan, big time players. He be thinking about himself, but Coach Prime got to realize these guys ain't done it. He always say big time players in big time moments make big time plays in big time games. So Colorado got some big time games coming up. So we're looking for their big time players to make big time plays at big time moments. So we look for Will Shepherd to transfer from Vanderbilt to have an outstanding year this year. We're looking for that. I'm looking for that. I hope they do. I hope they do. So now the #7 player on my list that I'm looking for, and he is a key player for Colorado to win in the Big 12 this year, and that's a defensive type. Shindozi. I'll finish it. Shindozi. It's Shindozi. Shindozi is, they call him block bully. It's important for this dude to be the player that we think he should be. Yeah, he should be the player that we think he should be. This dude is a humongous dude walking around like he the Hulk. This dude got some arms, man. He got some arms. Man, his arms are bigger than my head. And I got a nice side noggin on him. That dude got some, man. This dude got some arms, man. I said, dog. They showed this dude on video in the weight room. He squatted 500 pounds 3 times, 3 or 5 times. 500 pounds. Barely had a spot. Just went in there and grabbed it, went down. Oh. Boy, big shit. This shit knows it. Shit must have the outstanding year for Colorado to win on the defensive side of the ball. See, our problem last year with Colorado, they couldn't stop the run last year. They got to be able to stop the run this year. And Shadozi is a key factor for him to stopping the run. He just is. Shadozi got to stop the run. He wanted to keep back. Now he ain't the only one because it's another player on the other side of him. And I think they're gonna come out on top of that and win that position. It's gonna be Amara last name. I had it last name. I had it wrote down. No, it's so many names, man. I'll be forgetting these guys' names, man. I got it wrote down somewhere. Yeah, yeah. I'm looking for him to have a good game. McNeil. Now he could have been on the list, but I had to put the block bully on here because Sendoza, yeah, he's a key factor for them to be successful this year. He got to have a good game. He got to be able to beat the double team and make that tire on the whenever the other team run the ball. We got to stop the run this year on defense. I'm sure the defense coordinator and Warren Sapp gonna work with him. Man, he should be one of the stars on the defensive side this year that people gonna fall in love with. On the other side, the offensive side gonna be Jordan C, and on the defensive side, it's gonna be Shadoza. Shadoza is one of those type of players that can turn a season around. Yeah, he's one of those type of players. He got a good heart, he got a good spirit on him. When you look at the videos or well off media, yeah, he putting that work in that strength and training conditioning program they got. He putting the work in. He putting the work in. I like his attitude. I, I look like man, he just gonna be a force in that Miller, and that's what they need. He gonna free up that Miller linebacker, whoever that beat should be, to come up and make that top on the running game this year. We can't have what we had last year. Team just running the ball up and down on us. We couldn't feel none whatsoever last year. None whatsoever. Because they knew we were small up front, didn't have no size, and just wasn't big enough to play in the trenches. Football is played in the trenches. It's a violent sport. You got to be tough. You got to be nasty down there up on that offensive line and defensive line. You got to be tough to play down in the trenches. That's what championship game is played in the trenches. And Shadozi, he's a key part for Colorado to win this year. He my seventh player. I don't get you my top seven players so far that it should be key players for Colorado and Coach Prime to win the Big 12. I'm gonna go him again with you. Shador Sanders, the quarterback. Travis Hunter, the two-way player, wide receiver and defensive back. The running, Jordan C, the offensive tiger on that offensive line. He must have a good year. Alvin McCaskey, the running back. He should come out of spring practice as the leading running back. He should be the bell cow for Colorado to win this year. Also, on the defensive side, put that pressure on that quarterback at all times and be able to stop the run whenever the, they run the ball toward his way. It's BJ Green. He's a transfer from Arizona State. He should have an outstanding year, and he must have an outstanding year because he one of the key players for Coach Ryan and Colorado to win the Big 12. Also, wide receiver from Vanderbilt, Will Shepherd, must have 1,000-yard receiving yard this year or close to it and be the dominant force outside. He must take the place of Weaver, Xavier Weaver last year. He must be Shadur Sanders' go-to guy. He got to perform big time, just like he did at Vanderbilt. Also, I just got through talking about Shindoza. Shindoza got to be the anchor for that defensive line this year. Got to stay healthy. All of them got to stay healthy for Colorado to win this year. They got to be on the field. They got to perform at a high level. All of them. None of them. We can't afford for none of them to get injured. None of them. Got to stay healthy. So those my seven players right there, and I got three more that I'm gonna name, and I'm gonna let you go. All right. All right. The next person that must perform at a high level is the eighth person that on my list. That's Shiloh. Shiloh Sanders. Shiloh Sanders is a safety. Now Shiloh been playing football for a while. He probably one of the oldest players on the team. So he got the experience of playing. Because first he went to South Carolina and played. He played there, and then he left there and went to Jackson State and played. And now he played there 2 years, right? So this year will be Shiloh fifth year playing college football. Once again, he got the experience. So now it's time for Shiloh to put up a check if he want to be drafted in the next year. Yeah, I know that's hard for some of y'all to swallow. I think he's gonna be a first round draft pick. But there's some things in his game that he got to work on. And I'm sure the defense coordinator Robert Levinson from Cincinnati Bengals football team that used to be the safety coach, personally going to be hands-on with Shiloh this year because he got to work on his coverage, his angles. Don't overrun the play. Trying to deliver the big hit every play. That's what Shiloh got to work on. And he got to learn how to wrap up and lock up. He got to learn how to wrap up and lock up when he make a tackle. He just going in there with his shoulder, want to make big hit. And sometimes he bring them down. Sometimes they bounce off and keep running. And sometimes he'll get a personal foul for spearing and get kicked out of the game, which will hurt them if he miss a game. He missed 2 to 3 games last year and it hurt them in the safety back in. So Shiloh is one of the key players. He must have a good season this year for Coach Prime in Colorado to win the Big 12. He just do. He got to have a good year. He must have a good year this year. No question about it, at that safety position. And he got another safety back there. I think gonna have a good year also. Yeah, Stoudemire. Not Stoudemire, but what's his name? Craig. Like I said, I ain't good with name. What is his name? Hold on. What Craig? Y'all know I ain't good with name. What's that guy I'm looking for? Cameron Simeon Craig. That's his name. Now he ain't scared to hit. Oh no, he put them shoulder pads on. He'll come up and bang with you. In that free safety position. Craig come up and bang with you. But Shiloh is the key. Shiloh is key to have he must have a good year this year for Colorado win. Because he's gonna be on the field and you can pencil him in the starter. Because he's one of the senior person that don't play the most and one of the oldest person that got experience in college football. So he must be a leader, and I'm sure he's gonna be a team captain, which he deserves. I give him that with the players that they have on Colorado, because he's been in the game for a while. It's like I said, this is his 5th year, and Shiloh should excel back there in that safety position. Just work on his coverage, lock up when he come up and make the tiger, and he gonna be all right. He should be all right. I expect him to be all right. All right. That's my 8th person that should and will be a key for Colorado to win this year. Now, the 9th person for Colorado to win the Big 12 this year is a key person also, and that's Mott. Yeah, the field goal kicker. Now, he made some good field goals, some good kicks last year, but I hope he done got stronger in his leg. Yeah, he's a key. He's a key when a drive gets stalled and you need some points, at least 3 points. Myron got to be that person to make that field goal for you. He just can't, a lot of he kicks there, he kicks with line drive kind of low. He got to put them kicks up in the air. At times, I be saying, oh, Lord, they going to block this kick off. He ain't no big fella now. Yeah, but at times, he came through for Colorado. Coach Brown said he trusts straight money. And last year, he was money. He was money. That's why I say he a key this year for Colorado to succeed. Now, I don't know what Colorado and Coach Ryan gonna do about the kickoff because they struggled last year in the kicking game. In the kickoff, yeah. Jay Feely, straight trash, y'all. I'm sorry. He just straight trash to me. He just straight trash. Jay Feely ain't here no that, man. He just on that team because his dad was an NFL kicker and he in the pro. Last year, he was straight garbage to me. So I don't even want to talk about him. But Mata ain't got the leg strength to kick that ball that far. So I'm not gonna put that kind of pressure on him on the kickoff. But in the extra point and the field goal, 50 yards and closer, Mata got to be money this year, this season. He got to be money. Coach Prime got to trust him, which I already know Coach Prime trust him because he done showed him. He'll put Mata in there for anything. Because he know Mata gonna come through, and he have came through. But he got to be money this year. This year he got to be money for Coach Prime and the Colorado to win the Big 12 this year. Well, that's my ninth player. Now, the 10th, I said the key players for Colorado to win this year in the Big 12. I gave you 9. I said I was gonna give you 10. Well, this person ain't no player. This player is a coach. Yeah, yeah, he's a coach. I ain't gonna put no player at number 10. I'm gonna put a coach. And it's the defense coordinator, Robert Levinson. I hate to put him on blast, but hey, Colorado only gonna go as far as Robert Levinson take them, the defense coordinator. He coming in from Cincinnati Bengals, right? He been a coach in the NFL for 11 years for the one organization. So he got the experience to coaching safety and defensive back on the defensive side of the ball. And that's what Colorado was weak at last year. Now, the problem is it's a big problem. We just don't know. Can he put a defensive plan together? Can he put a plan together that they will know how to execute? The players. We'll coach Sapp, Warren Sapp, Damian Lewis, sit down with him, and they put a good plan together with the personnel that they have. It's going to be the key. It's going to determine how far Coach Prime and Colorado go this year. And it's going to depend on will they win the Big 12. If Robert Leviston don't know when to dial it up, or his defense don't come out and play, and if he don't put them in the right position to win, it's going to be a bad hire and a bad look for Coach Prime. He never did it before. It's going to be like on the job training. He never done it before, y'all. But I have faith in him. I'm trusting him. I'm believing in him that he'll get the job done. I'm sure some many coaches that he know that been defense coordinator in his ear that gonna help him put together a plan. I'm sure he done looked at the videotapes and looked at the players that coming and playing this year to see where they at and see how well they perform. I'm sure he I'm sure he that smart enough to do that. But when that game is when you in the game and that pressure is on you and plays are running 15 to 20 seconds every play, that's a lot of pressure on a coach who ain't never done it before. That's a lot of pressure to put on one person to be able to put the right players in at the right time. That's why it's crucial, man. It's important. It's imperative that the coaching staff be on one accord on the defensive side of the ball. Last year, Coach Kelly, Charles Kelly, didn't have a clue to me, nor did the coaches. Looked like they were confused and the players were confused. Looked like their scheme was just too complicated for the guys to comprehend. But this year, they got to do better. They got to be better. They just got to on the defensive side of the ball. I'm looking for them to do better. I'm hoping that they do better. I'm with them. But hey, they only gonna go forward that defensive tackle, y'all. And Robert Levinson is in charge of the defense this year. All eyes on Tupac Shakur said, "All eyes on me." Well, all eyes is on Robert Levinson. He want to come to Colorado. He's there, and the spotlight is gonna be on him. Coach Prime drop the spotlight. Coach Prime drop the spotlight, and Levinson gonna have his spotlight. If he do good, he probably get a head coaching job in college. If he do good, he probably get a defensive coordinator in the NFL. If Colorado do good on the defensive side of the ball, it depends on his goals, what he trying to achieve, and what the team look like and how they perform on the defensive side. If he do good, he gonna have opportunities. All kind of opportunities gonna come forward. All kinds of opportunities gonna come forward. Now, if they do bad, oh, he gonna get roasted. He is. He is. They gonna roast him. They gonna kill him. How the hell they gonna kill Coach Bryant too? Cause they just wait for something to go bad. They are. So, like I said, they only gonna go so far as the defense takes them. And it's some key players on that defense got to play at a high standard. That linebacker group, they got to perform with it. I didn't give you no names on the linebacker group because I don't know who the linebacker's gonna be. To me, they don't have nobody at the middle linebacker right now on their roster that I want to see. Right now, they got Devontae Bentley. He started last year at the middle linebacker. Has he got better this year? If Coach Brown don't find one, he gonna be the guy. And they got this guy named Jalen Webster. I think that's his name. Jalen Webster. They're coming in. They say he's a linebacker. But when I looked at him, man, the dude kind of short. He's kind of short. Didn't weigh that much. But hey, got a good football IQ, they say. So we'll see who emerges in spring spring practice and spring game as the linebacker group gets developed. We're gonna see who's gonna step up to the plate to come up and be that dominant force that they need to be able to stop their run and their crossing pattern from their opposition. We're gonna see. So I'm looking forward to that. Man, I'm telling you, it's gonna be an exciting year. As y'all look at their schedule, man, it's important that Colorado win their first 5 games. It's winnable. I talked about that yesterday, last night. Their first 5 games are winnable. They are. I'm expecting them to win. They start off with North Dakota State. North Dakota State is in a conference called the Missouri Valley Football Conference. They're playing against a Power 5 team. Colorado's a Power 5 team. They should kill. They should stomp them in the ground. Every come and say, well, they ain't gonna be no pushover. They should be a pushover. Colorado should push them over. Yeah, they should run over them. They should not be a factor in that game. It should be a blowout, 20 points or more. Colorado should beat them by 20 points or more. Then they go on and play Nebraska. Nebraska had a good team. They got a good offensive line. I give them that. They got some big guys. They got some holes. They do. They started a freshman quarterback. That's what they banking on. They got a good head coach. Will he be able to develop that freshman quarterback by the second week? Because that's playing the second game of the season. And they will be in Nebraska. Colorado should win that game. I expect them to win that game. So they should win their first 2 games. 2-0. Third game, they still on the road. They play the in-state rival, Colorado State. Now, Colorado State put up a good fight last year in Colorado, in Boulder, Colorado. They took Colorado to overtime. They did. Coach Brown was 2-0 when they faced them. They took them to overtime. That number 14, that wide receiver. Now I don't know if he's coming back this year. I don't know. I haven't looked at his schedule or nothing like that. And that number 0 or number 8, whatever, he probably been number 8, number 6 on the defense end. Kamara, that's his name, Kamara. I think he left and went to the NFL draft. That's a good thing. We ain't got to deal with him no more. Remember, he got kicked out of the game for Hen Shador late. At the end, he has still been playing that game. Couldn't nobody block him. Savion Washington block him. He beat him every time. He couldn't block him. And he was back in the backfield every play. Raising heck. He was raising heck back there. If he had got thrown out that game, I believe they would have won. Shador wouldn't have had that much time to throw that ball. But that ball was coming. He just wasn't coming. He came. He delivered. But when they got kicked out of the game, that's when Colorado made their move. He got kicked out of the game. He was a dominant player. The way he played, that's the way BJ Green got to play this year. Every game. Can't take no plays off. Got to be hungry, got to be warm, got to be all want to. That's the way that dude got to play. He had a motor on him. So we're gonna see how that turns out. Like I said, they can beat North Dakota State, Nebraska, and Colorado State the first three games. They 3-0. The first five games on their schedule are crucial for Colorado to be ranked in the top 20. If they win those first five games, they're gonna be ranked in the top 20. And their fourth game is homecoming. They play Baylor. Baylor has been not been a formidable team since RG3 won the Heisman as a quarterback for them. That's just the way I see it. So Colorado should not have no problem with the first four games. If they focus, if they physical and running the ball and on defense stopping the ball, I don't see them losing the, none of those games. They can't afford to lose one of those games. If they lose one of those games, they're not gonna make the playoff. The only way they'll make the playoff, they have to win the division. So they have to win those games. So that's the weakest. This is the weakest part of their schedule. The toughest part of their schedule is on the back end. North Dakota State, Nebraska, Colorado State, and Baylor. First four games. The fifth game, to me, like I said in the past, is a trap game. UCF, UCF in Florida. They go to Florida, the Sunshine State. Coach Prime said they got 25 to 28 players on their team is from the Florida, state of Florida. State of Florida. I think I want to go to that game. They play them in Florida. So you know a lot of pressure gonna be on those kids, those young men, family members, friends, high school, high school. I'm telling you, the high school mates. They coming, they coming home. Colorado should be 4-0. It's gonna be like a rock band. They're gonna be like a rock band. They're gonna be crowned as America's team once they win their first three games. The hype gonna be there. The TV coverage gonna be there. Coach Prime gonna skip show, Stephen A. TV show. Coach Prime gonna be all over TV. They gonna talk about Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffalo football team, and they gonna be labeled as America's team. That's why if they get off to a hot start, and I don't see why they shouldn't, and if they win that UCF game, they will be 5-0. Then they go to their bye. They can heal up and rest up and refocus mentally. Be ready to rock and roll for the second part and the second half of their schedule. Because when they come out of that break, when they come out of that bye, they're gonna play the hardest team on their schedule in Colorado, and that Kansas State. Kansas State is just as good as Colorado. They got the quarterback, they got the wide receiver, they got the running back, and they got the offensive line, and they got the defensive line. They good. Shot me last year. Just about all their players are coming back this year. So they're familiar with one another. They got experience with one another. They got a good coach. They have a good coach. So we got to see how this going to turn out. I got that game as a toss up because I got to see how Colorado be playing up to those first five games. And we got to look at and see what Kansas State, how they playing up to that game. Because Kansas State, they hard part of their schedule in the first 5 weeks. What if they did lose one before that end? If they lose one, then turn around and lose to Colorado, oh, they out of it. It's just it. They out of it. You can't lose no 2 games in the first 5 weeks, first 6 weeks. You can't. Only way you can do that, you got to win the Big 12 conference to make the playoff. Yeah. And after that, if Colorado win that game, they 6-0. Or if they lose, they 5-1. Now, if you 5-1, I just don't see how you gonna rank up that high. Because somebody in conference gonna be 6-0. And if they 6-0, they're gonna be ranked higher than you. And after that, they play Arizona. For some reason, the college football world think Arizona is that team, which I don't see how because they lost the Fisher, the head coach. He left and went to Washington. They do have their quarterback back, which is a good thing. He's pretty good. But I just don't see why people think that Arizona's gonna give Colorado a hard time, which I think they're gonna blow the doors off. That's just my opinion. When they get through playing them, they play Cincinnati. Cincinnati. Huh. When I saw Cincinnati, I thought it was Cincinnati Red when Coach Prime was playing. That's how much respect I got for them. So I don't think that team they're gonna be a problem. And after that, Texas Tech. A lot of people think Texas Tech got a good team. They probably do. But I don't see them beating Colorado this year. Now, the last 3 games is gonna be a little test for Colorado. The last 3 games. Last 3 games, they play Utah. Utah, the Pro Football Focus, and the Big 12 Conference. They're picking Utah to win the conference. They just didn't impress me last year, man. I know they got a quarterback coming back, Cam Robinson. He's a good guy. He's a good player. I like it. I like his game. Oh, I just don't see them beating Colorado, y'all. I just don't. Unless Colorado just have a meltdown and just check out. I don't even know where they playing, man. I'm sure it's gonna be cold. It's depending on how Colorado players react to the weather. But they should not have no problem with Utah because they play them at home this year. They play Utah at home this year, and they should take care of them. The next game is gonna be Kansas. Kansas. I think they play them at Arrowhead Stadium. 100,000 people. Yeah, they play them at Kansas City Chiefs football stadium. It's gonna be cold. Kansas have a good team. I watched them last year in the bowl game with a bag up quarterback. They beat the brakes off somebody. I think it was Nevada with a bag up quarterback. Now their quarterback is that supposed to been starting last year. He back this year. They say he healthy. That's gonna be a test for Colorado. But Colorado should take care of Kansas. They should. Colorado has a better team this year. I don't know how many times I got to say it. On paper, they should beat them. I know we got to wait till the pass come on, but I just think we're better. Colorado's a better talented team than Kansas are. I watched the videos. I watched the tape. It don't lie that the players that Coach Brown has brought in to this camp this year are way better than the players that I saw last year from Kansas in that bowl game. Now the last game on their schedule, Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State played in the championship, Big 12 championship game last year. So I'm sure they probably have a good team this year. Colorado play them at home. Colorado should beat them. Well, Bernard, look like you got going 12-0. I'm just saying, even though I'm a Coach Prime fan, I know football It's different, especially college. It can go either way. You don't know if they up or down. Who's gonna get sick? Who's gonna be injured? Man, this thing can go either way. Yeah. Coach Prime can go two and two and what? 2-10. It can. If they lose their quarterback, anything can happen. But if all these players that Coach Prime has brought in this year and the players from last year, no way that Coach Prime should not win this football conference, the Big 12 conference. I just got confidence in them. Maybe I got too much confidence in them, but I just know football. I expect them to win. I expect them to win. Once again, if you tune into the broadcast, I appreciate you. Hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and share the video if you don't mind. I appreciate each one of you for tuning in. And if you tune in later when I get ready to post it up, hey, hit the like button for me and subscribe to the channel if you're new watching this broadcast. I appreciate each one of you. You took me over 500 views Monday, and like I said, couldn't have done it without y'all. So I appreciate each one of you for doing that. I really do. So I'm looking for a big year this year. Coach Prime, like I said in my subject tonight, the key players must perform at a high level for Colorado to win the Big 12 this year. I gave you my list. I think they're gonna do it, and I'm gonna recap it, and we're gonna close the show. All right? I've been on an hour now, past an hour. Shedeur Sanders, the quarterback, must have an outstanding year for Colorado to win the Big 12. All right? Travis Hunter, the two-way player, wide receiver, defensive back, must have a good year. Jordan Seaton, the freshman, offensive lineman, offensive tackle, must have a big year for Colorado to win the Big 12 this year. Running back room, Alvin McCaskey must come out and be that bell cow for Colorado to win this year. Get behind that big offensive line. Get Pat Sherman. Get a guy a chance. Let him tote that rock 15 to 20 times per game, and let's see what they can do. Your schedule in the first 5 games favor you to get your confidence up in your players. Let them know that they can do it and keep running that football. Let him be the bell cow that we think he should be. He's the key. He's one of the keys for the Coach Prime in Colorado winning this year. Also on this list, gonna be BJ Green, defensive edge rusher for Colorado to transfer from Arizona State. He must come out and establish himself as a dominant force on that defense side of the ball, putting pressure on the quarterback every play that he's out there. Be able to stop the run, be able to stop the reversals that may come his way, be able to be an impact player. So when the opposition get ready to play them, they must plan for blocking BJ Green. BJ Green is one of the key players for Colorado to win the Big 12 this year. Also, wide receiver Will Shepherd. Will Shepherd coming in from Vanderbilt. He transferred in. He's a big time player. He got the size to do the 6'3", 210 pounds. He must be Shedeur number one target in the passing game this year. Establish himself, be the dominant force that he is, and let's win this football game that they get ready to play. Be the dominant force. Be the receiver that you should be. Random Moss, T.O. Be them type of receiver. Game changer. You the man. Big time player. Big time players, hey, they make big time plays in big time games. Will Shepherd must be that go-to guy, and he must show up. One of the key players for Colorado to win it this year. Also on the list, Sendoza. Big time player. Big guy. Strong guy. Must clog up that Miller this year. He must stop the run this year. He must anchor this defense this year. Shendoza is one of the key players for Colorado to win this year. Next on the list is going to be Shiloh. Shiloh has got to be a better safety this year. This is fifth year playing college football. So he should be a captain back there. He should be a leader back there. He should be working on his footwork. He should get his coverage, be better in coverage. Wide receiver this year. Don't try to make the big play every time uh, he dial in on the receiver. Just make the sure tiger and bring the wide receiver or the running back down or the person with the ball down to the ground. Simple football. Simple football. That's what Shiloh got to do. He got to be a leader. He don't play college football longer than anybody on the football team. He started out at South Carolina, South Carolina State, one of them, I think South Carolina. Then he went to Jackson State University with his dad, played there for 2 years, and now he's finna be going in his second year at Colorado. So this is fifth year playing college football. He must come out and dominate back there at that safety position. Be better than he was last year. Be available for his team this year. Don't get injured. Take care of yourself. Don't get thrown out of the game on personal foul hits. Lock up and be the player that you should be. That's the key for Colorado to win the Big 12 this year. Shiloh. Shiloh's going to be one of the key. And the ninth player is going to be the kicking guy. Yeah, Mata got to make those field goals for Colorado to win the Big 12. When Coach Prime called on him, he said he money. So from 50 yards and on in, we count on Mata. We hope he done got strength in his leg this year because a lot of his kicks were line drives. I hope he can get them up in the ass on so they won't get blocked. Mata is going to be one of the key players and the special team for Colorado to win the Big 12 this year. And the last person that I had on the list wasn't no player is the defensive coordinator, Robert Levinson. They only gonna go so far and only gonna win the Big 12 if Robert Levinson is that guy. Defense coordinator. If he know how to put a game plan together and that the players know how to comprehend the game plan that he gonna put together, Bob Levinson be done his job. If he put the players in a position so that they can succeed on that football field, Robert Levinson will do his job. Will be having done his job. And if they do good, they have a light out defense this year, Robert Levinson is gonna get a head coaching job in college football, or he's gonna be a defense coordinator in the NFL. Yeah, because spotlight gonna be on him. Coach Prime draw the spotlight, and the spotlight gonna be on him. Everybody know what the problem was last year for Colorado: the offensive line and the defense. Not just the defensive line, defense period. We couldn't stop the run, and we couldn't stop the shadow route. If Coach Leviston, along with Coach Warren Sapp and Damian Little, can come up with a plan and stop their opposition from scoring and be a dominant defense, Robert Levinson will be having done his job. Won't be no more doubt after that. Will receive be a head coach in the college football. He'll get an offer. He's gonna get some offer if they succeed on the field. People judge you by your wins and losses, and that's when it's gonna come down to Coach Brown on his second year. It's Shiloh, Shedeur, and Travis last year. Coach Prime wants to go out as a winner. So he must put his best foot forward this year and do the best for his team to win this year. Every decision is going to be up under a microscope, whatever Coach Brown do, because everybody watching. Tupac sang a song, "All Eyes on Me." Well, all eyes on Coach Brown and the Colorado Buffalo this year. I think they're going to have a good year. I'm rooting for them. They my team. Coach Prime is my guy. I don't mind saying it. I'm hoping they go 12-0. Yeah. If you ask me, anybody on that team that scared me, just two teams. Two, maybe three. Two teams, definitely. Two teams. That's it. That's Kansas State and Kansas. Rest of them, we should have no problem. No problem at all. No problem at all. Like I say, it's a 10-2 team. If not, 11-1, or they can run the table. And if they run into some hiccup or some injuries, hit, all bets are off. If some injuries happen to the key players, like the players that I just named, especially the quarterback, Travis Hunter, they ain't gonna be able to win like that. They need them players on the field so they can perform at a high level. The ceiling, I don't see them playing no worse than 8-4. That's bottom. 8-4. Ceiling 11-1. I won't say 12-0, but I ain't. It's college football. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Anything can happen in college football. Anything. I don't seen it happen. So that's what I'm looking for Coach Prime this year. And I hope they win the Big 12 and make the playoff. And I hope the committee put them against University of Georgia, the SEC. I want to see how Coach Prime go up against the SEC team in the playoff. Win or lose. I just want to see it. And if they put them with Georgia, I'm going to that game. I spent $1,000. Let's go to that game. I want to see that. I want to see that. Coach Prime got me hyped up. Ever since he's been at Colorado, I've been hyped up. I've been hyped up. I will be at the spring game, April the 27th. I will try to make the first game at home this year. I'm gonna try, and I know I'm going to the UCF game in Florida. So those games I'm gonna try to make. If the good Lord with me, keep me healthy, and keep me in my right mind, I have put those games on my calendar. I will make plans on being there. I really will. I really am. But once again, thank y'all for tuning in tonight. And if you tune in later, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel and share the videos with your friends. I think I'm gonna come back on this weekend, Sunday. I'm gonna do it off StreamYard so I can get some guests to be a part of my panel. I guess I'll work on that this weekend, see if they come to be a part of the panel and have a more in detail discussion about Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffalo. So I hope to see y'all then on Sunday at 8 o'clock. And I got me a new bottle of wine that yeah, you already know. But hey, we're gonna chill this weekend. I'm chilling out this weekend. I'm gonna dive in and do a little more research on Colorado, and I'll be back. I won't come on Friday live. I won't come on Saturday live. I got some plans I gotta take care of and do uh around here, and got a couple things I gotta do. So, but I'll check back in Sunday at 8 o'clock, and I hope to see y'all there. Like I said, I hope to have some guests on, and I'll be doing it with my StreamYard app, and I hope to see y'all there. I really do. I appreciate each and one of y'all. Y'all be blessed and have a good night. And always remember, if you be good to God, God will be good to you. I'm living witness. Be blessed now. All right. Appreciate y'all.